In today's physics class, we will learn about derivations of equations of motion by graphical method and by calculus method. So first of all, we will see the derivation of equation of motion by graphical method. This method already you have learned in class 9th, but once again we will revise it. As you know, the velocity time graph for uniformly accelerated motion is a straight line. So we have two graphs here. The first one here, you can see that this is the velocity time graph when the motion started at t equal to 0 time, that means time is 0, and the initial velocity, which we say u, is also 0. Because it is uniformly accelerated motion, so obviously a straight line will come, and that straight line, the slope of this straight line will give us the acceleration, as we have seen already. This is another graph you can see here. Here also in y-axis we have taken velocity, and in x-axis we have taken time here. You can see that at t is equal to 0, suppose an object started its journey with initial velocity u, and after some time t, the velocity of that object will become v. That means if we calculate acceleration, the acceleration can be given by slope of graph, and slope of graph is what here? It is tan theta. Tan theta is what here? This is the angle made by the velocity time graph with time axis is called angle theta. This is angle theta here. This is time axis. So one more line we have drawn here just parallel to the time axis. So the angle theta is made by this velocity time graph, and this is called the tan theta is called the slope of the graph, which is equal to acceleration, as we have already learned. So for the formula derivation we will consider this graph, second graph. Here you can see that, so tan theta is what? It is perpendicular upon base. So if you consider this triangle, this is A, this is B, and this is C. The triangle, you can see that in triangle ABC, this BC will give us perpendicular and AC will give us base. So tan theta is equal to BC upon AC. We have replaced tan theta by BC upon AC. Now the acceleration here is equal to, BC is what? BC, you can see that the point C, it indicates the initial velocity u, the point B indicate the final velocity B. So if we calculate BC, it will be V minus u, final velocity minus initial velocity. And AC, you can see that this is C, the point C at time t here. So t, and at A it is t equal to 0. So we can say t minus 0, the time interval t minus 0 will be equal to AC. That means A equal to V minus u upon t, or we can say AT is equal to V minus u, or we can say V is equal to this minus u. If you take this side, right hand side, transfer here, so the minus v u will become plus u. So this is u plus at, and this is the first equation of motion. It is first equation of motion. Now you will see here, just to derive the second equation of motion and third equation of motion, will change somehow here. Like this equation, a is equal to v minus u upon t, this I am writing as a capital A equation. And if you take t this side, t this side, right hand side, and a this side, so t will take the position of a and a will take the position of t, and the formula will become what? It will become t is equal to v minus u upon a, and this is equation B. I am taking this as equation B. Just to derive second and third equation, I have mentioned this A and B equations also. Now see, to derive second equation of motion, we know that if you see this graph, we know that the displacement is given by the graph under this Vt. So we can write here displacement is equal to area under Vt graph. What we will find here then? Area under Vt graph, that this means this is the graph. So this area we have to calculate, just to calculate the displacement. Displacement is represented by letter S. Area under Vt graph, you can see that this figure A, B, C, D. This figure, this is a trapezium, and we know that the area of trapezium is equal to sum of parallel side, this is half into sum of parallel side multiplied with altitude, or you can say simply the perpendicular distance between these two parallel sides. So simply I am writing here altitude. The altitude means here simply the distance between the two parallel sides, and you can see that S equal to half sum of parallel side. One side is AD and another side is, you can see that this, if you will take, I am taking this as E suppose, so AD plus BE, you will take AD plus BE. This altitude is what? AC, either you can say AC or you can say DE. I am writing here DE. Okay, so S is the displacement equal to half. AD is what? AD is the value of U, that means the velocity U, initial velocity, and this BE is equal to V. Then we can see that this DE is what here? DE is T minus 0. This is time. Okay, so we will write T minus 0, simply T it is. What you will find then? S is equal to half U plus V multiplied by T. This value of T, if we will write here, just replace T with this formula B. What you will find here? This is, you can see that this is equal to what? V minus U upon A, and this is X equal to half. This half I am taking this side. this 2 will go this side, so this will become 2s. U plus v and v minus u, a plus b and a minus b, this is equal to a square minus b square. So I am writing this a square minus b square, that means simply v square minus u square. So it is v square minus u square upon a. This a will also go this side, so if it is, it will become v square minus u square is equal to 2as. V square is equal to 2, u square will take that side, so it is u square plus 2as, and this is the third equation of motion. We have to derive second equation of motion. This is the third equation of motion. To derive second equation of motion, already we have the formula of the displacement, that s is equal to half in bracket u plus v multiplied by t. This already we have derived when we have placed the displacement is equal to area under vt graph. Okay, so from that we got this formula. Now you will see here, as we know, the first equation of motion is v equal to u plus at. We'll just put the value of this v here in this equation. So it is s equal to half u. In place of v, we are putting here u plus at and multiply by t. So s equal to half, u plus u is 2u, and at here, this is multiplied with t, s equal to half. Now 2u is multiplied with t, this is 2ut, and this 2ut is multiplied with half. Then plus, then once again this half is there, this half is multiplied with the second term, at, and t is also multiplied with the second term, so it will become at square. Now the 2 and 2 will be cancelled, s equal to ut plus half at square. This is second equation of motion. So graphically we have derived all three equations of motion here. One more equation is here, which is very important to understand. For that, we'll just derive here the distance traveled by the object in nth second. What we are deriving here? We are deriving here distance or displacement, you can say. This is travel in nth second. Nth second, or the time can be taken as minute also, can be taken as hour also, but it is in nth second. We are just calculating a general formula. That formula we are deriving here by this second equation of motion, and the meaning we will understand here. Suppose an object starts its journey and first second travel till here, then second travel till here, third second travel till here, and fourth second travel till here. Then this is fifth second till here. Okay. So that means all together, if we will consider in 5 seconds how much distance traveled by the object. So this distance is from here to here, that we can say S5. Okay. Now, how much distance traveled by the object in 5th second? We have to calculate 5th second. So for that, we'll calculate here till 4th second how much distance traveled by the object, and this is S4. Suppose from here, from starting to the where the 4th second and till that, this much distance traveled by the object. So if we have to calculate for S5th, that means the distance traveled in 5th second, what we will do, we will just minus this S5 minus S4. Means from here to here, if we subtract this much distance, So we will get this distance which is traveled by the object in fifth second. The similar way we will apply the formula here. Now if we are calculating for s nth second, so it is s n minus s n minus 1 we can write. We can write in this way. S nth second, that means Sn minus Sn minus 1. Okay. So to calculate it, we'll just put the value here. S nth, that means it is what? Sn, that means wherever t is there, we will write it. What we will write? We will write it n. Okay. So you can see that this is s, this is u, and in place of t we will write here n plus half a n square. Okay. Now this is the value of Sn. We have to minus. What we have to minus? We have to minus the value of Sn minus 1. So in this formula only we will write u, and in place of t we will write n minus 1 plus half a. T square is there. In place of t square we will write n minus 1 the whole square. N minus 1 the whole square. Okay. Now this is minus, so this will also become minus because we are subtracting Sn minus 1 from Sn. So this was positive here and this is also positive here, because we are subtracting, both will become negative. So this will become what? You can see that you will take common here. Here it will become n. This is minus n, and minus 1 will become plus 1. It is u n minus n plus 1. Now we'll see, half we will take common. I am taking plus here. Half we will take common. A we will take common here. And we can see that n square minus n minus 1 the whole square. N square minus n minus 1 the whole square. Okay. So we can see here, this is Snth. This is equal to, here n minus n is 0 and plus 1 is there, so it will become u. It is half a, and this is n square minus n minus 1 the whole square. Okay. So what we can write? We can write n square, or we can just take this as n minus 1 square. The identity it will apply, it will become n square. This is minus 2n, the minus 2n and minus 2n, and this minus will become plus 2n, and this is minus 1 this way. Okay. So what you will get? You will get Snth u plus half a, and this is 2n minus 1. 2n minus 1. So what is the formula? The formula is this. The distance traveled in nth second can be given by u plus half a 2n minus 1, where u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration, n is the time which we are taking, nth second. So this is the formula here. Okay. So this way we have derived 4 equations graphically. This 3 equation of motion we'll see in respect of vertical motion. Vertical motion, that means if we drop any object from some height, so the object will travel in a vertical line, in a straight line, and this is also considered as motion in a straight line. Similar way, when object is thrown from ground to some height, so this is also considered as motion in straight line. But these two motion are example of uniformly accelerated motion, in which we are applying these three formula. Equation of motion. How this equation of motion will change in respect of these two, we will see now. When we drop an object from some height, the initial velocity is 0. The object is initially at rest. When we drop it, so this object will travel some distance, say h, the distance h, and touch to the ground. When it touch to the ground, the velocity will become maximum, and that is equal to v. And the velocity will become maximum. So what you find here, the velocity started from 0 and become maximum. Obviously the acceleration produced here is positive acceleration, and it is called acceleration due to gravity g, which is taken as 9.8 meter per second square, or numerically we are taking it 10 meter per second square also. Okay, so here this is the scene when we drop any object from some height. Similar way, you can see that if we if we throw any object from ground to some height, say h, so initially we have to give velocity, the maximum velocity, and this is the maximum velocity u, okay, initial velocity. As it move towards this distance, the vertical distance, gradually the velocity will decrease. At some height, the velocity v, which is the final velocity, will become 0. And what you are watching here, we have given the maximum velocity here, that is initial velocity u, and after attaining some height h, the velocity will become 0. That means the negative acceleration is there, and this is minus g, or we can say minus 9.8 meter per second square, or for the numerical purpose, solving the numerical, we are taking some time 10 meter per second square also, that is also valid. Okay. So in this formula, what change we have to do? Here s we are writing as h, the displacement is the height attained by the object. Initial velocity as it is u, final velocity as it is v, and acceleration a is here plus g in this case, okay, plus g here. Time as it is we are taking t. Now see the first formula, that is v is equal to u plus at. The equation is v equal to u plus at. So what you find here, this is v, the initial velocity is 0, and this is gt. So it will become v is equal to gt, the equation. Okay, first equation. Second equation, that is s, because u is 0 here, so this term will be 0, and it is half. In place of a we will write g, and this is t square. So in place of s also we can write h, because this is the vertical distance we are taking h. So h is half t square. Okay, so the formula is what here, h is equal to half t square. Either you can write in this way, or just for the t, if you will take 2h will be there, 2h upon g, and this will become t is equal to root of 2h upon g. Next you will see the third formula here. This is v square. This is v square is equal to v square is equal to 0 here, and this is 2gh, or we can write here this is v equal to root of 2gh. Okay, so this way the formula will change here. The three equations will change. Now for the case this, when we throw the object vertically, so what will be the change here? You will see simply in the first equation, similar way s is equal to h we are writing, a is equal to plus g, so now we will write it minus g. Okay, so the first equation, the final velocity is 0. You can see that the final velocity is 0. So this will become 0 and this will become u. This is minus gt. So in place of v, we will get simply u equal to gt. Next you will see here in this equation, the second equation we will see here, this is s, it is h only, u is not 0, t as it is, minus half g t square. So this formula will be like this. In place of s we have written h, and in place of a we have written here minus g, and the formula will be like this. Okay, which case we are discussing here? This case we are discussing now. Okay, now the third equation you can see v square equal to u square. So v square is 0 here, so this will 0, u square as it is minus 2gh. It will become what? U square is equal to 2gh, or we can write u is equal to root of 2gh. So this way the formula will change. The three equation of motion will change according to these two conditions.